Hello everybody on YouTube, it's Michael here, and in the next 9 videos I will be showing you the Yamaha EZ-220 keyboard, which I believe was released in 2012 or something like that. I'm not fully sure exactly the year of the keyboard's release date, but I believe it's somewhere between 2011 and 2012. Now, the EZ-220, it is a key lighting keyboard, so the keys light up when you play, as you can see here. So the keys light up as you play them. I know that in the past I have showcased the EZ-20 and EZ-30, though the keys didn't light up. They had guide lamps around the side of the keys, so whenever you play a key, the lamps will show up on here. So let me just tell you a little about the EZ-220. Now, I have borrowed one of these keyboards just nearly 2 years ago. It was in December 2023, and it was at the time I recently got the Genus 2 here. Now, basically, my manager Tony from Bonners, he did a straight purchase from someone. I think he purchased a Tyros 5 and some other bits, and one of them was also this EZ-220 here. I asked him if I could borrow it to do some videos of it, and yep, he allowed me to borrow it. Also, at the same day, a customer came into the shop and he was interested in buying one of these, because we had one second hand. He didn't buy it that day, but he wanted some time to think about it, so I was still able to borrow the EZ-220. And that night, I spent most of the night making as many videos as I can of this keyboard, because the next day, the same customer came in and he was interested in buying it. So unfortunately, I had to bring the keyboard back, and I had to postpone the EZ-220 series because I didn't have time to do everything, like all the videos of this keyboard, in one night. Though I wished I did, but unfortunately I didn't have time. In the end, I was able to do 5 videos of the EZ-220. And now with this EZ-220, I bought it just a little over a month ago on eBay so that I can finish off what I've started. So I finished off doing the rest of the videos of this keyboard, and now I can consider this series complete. It's only going to be a 9 video long series. So yes, nearly 2 years ago, I managed to do all the videos showing the sounds, and I've managed to do 2 of the videos showing the demonstration songs. Now, when I bought this keyboard over a month ago, so yeah, I've done those videos 2 years ago, and now recently I've did the tutorial of this keyboard, done videos of all the styles, and did the final video of the remainder of the demo songs that I didn't have time to do when I borrowed this keyboard nearly 2 years ago. So that's just a little backstory of the EZ-220. So this is actually my second one that I've got, though I won't be keeping it. I will be selling it afterwards. Sorry. So that's just a little story of the EZ-220, that I did borrow one of these over 2 years ago. Had to bring it back the next day. Didn't finish all videos. Bought this one nearly over a month ago, and finished all videos. So therefore, I finished what I started nearly 2 years ago. So that's the backstory. Okay, so the first video, this video will be a tutorial of the Yamaha EZ-220. The next 3 videos after that will be showing the voices. Those are the videos that I've done nearly 2 years ago when I had this keyboard for one night. And then the 2 videos after that will be showing the 100 accompaniment styles. And then finally, the final 3 videos will be showing the 101 built-in demonstration songs. So here is the first video the tutorial of the Yamaha EZ-220 keyboard. Thank you very much for watching and hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you on this tutorial of the Yamaha EZ-220 keyboard. Now, there isn't many features when it comes to functionality on this keyboard, so this tutorial, well, I'll try and get it all, like, show everything as quick as I can, but not too quick to the point where I rush things, in which will obviously leave more questions than answers. So I will still take my time in showing each functions. So the first thing of the tutorial of the EZ-220 keyboard, and that is function. So this is here the function menu. So we just press it and that will take us to the function menus on the screen. First of all, starting with style volume. Hopefully you can see the screen here on this video. So here it says style volume, and this is where we can change the volume of our style. So I'm just going to turn on the style. Goes up to a maximum of 127 and a minimum of 0, and we just press the plus and minus buttons to get our default volume, which is of course 100. And now to flip through different functions, we have to press the function button again. So we just press function, and this time we have song volume, which is basically the same as what I showed you just now, style volume, but with the songs. I'll show you real quick. So the song, and then you just press these two simultaneously to get the default volume. Okay, so that is song volume. We press function again, and now we have the keyboard transpose, so that we can change the semitone of the keyboard. So I'll show you. There we go, you can see it now. Goes up to 12 and down to -12. There you go, -12. Hopefully you can see the screen, and we just press these two simultaneously to get the default transpose. Okay, moving on, we press function again, and this time we have the tuning, in which we can change the tuning of the keyboard. So but it comes out differently on here. On the older keyboards, it's 0 to 100 or -100, but it's like 247.0 Hz. Hertz, maybe that's what it stands for, I'm not sure. But we just press these two simultaneously to get the default tuning, which is 440.0 Hz. So that's the tuning. We press function again, and now we have the accompaniment split point. We can change the split point of our accompaniment. So just turn it on. So that's where it is at the moment. So we just change it here, and as you can see, as I'm changing it, the guide lamp indicates that's where the split point is. So we can have the split point at the top, but upon doing that, that would leave nowhere to play the melody. But if you did it that way, that would leave you no room to play any melody for any songs that you're playing. Okay, so we just press these two simultaneously. to get the default split point of your style. Okay, moving on with functions. We have touch sensitivity, so we can have it's on default medium, soft, hard, so you've got to press the keys a bit harder, or we can have the touch sensitivity off. So basically it's fixed velocity, no matter how soft or hard you play the keys. It's on fixed velocity. So that's the touch sensitivity. Just press those two simultaneously to get the default. Moving on with function, we have reverb. It's currently set to on. We can turn it off. And then we press the function button again so that we can choose our reverb types. So we got hall 1, hall 2, hall 3, room 1, 2, stage 1, 2, plate 1, plate 2, and off. So we've got like different reverb effects. Let me just go and select a different sound. Maybe one moment, I'm just going to find a sound. I'm just going to do like drum kit, for instance. Oh. And hopefully you can tell the difference of different reverb types. So hall 1, hall 2, hall 3. So it sounds like you're in a larger hall. Room 1. Just turn the keyboard up a bit. So anyway. Room 2. Stage 1. Stage 2. Plate 1. Plate 2. And off. I'm just going to put those back to defaults here. Okay, so that's reverb. Now moving on with the function. We have reverb level, so that we can change the depth of our reverb. So maximum 127. Minimum 0, as if we have no reverb at all. Okay, so we just press these two simultaneously to get the default reverb level. I think the reverb level, it sort of differs depending on what reverb type you select. And also, just to point out that there's only reverb on this keyboard. There is no chorus or DSP. And I don't think there's even harmony on this keyboard, so that when you play chords with your left hand, you have like sort of trio and duo harmony. We don't have harmony on this keyboard, unfortunately. The only effects we have is reverb. Okay, moving on to the functions, we have sustain. So this does have a sustain jack on this keyboard here. I don't have a sustain pedal connected, but let's just say that you didn't have a sustain pedal. We can just have a onboard sustain without the use of a pedal. So that's sustain. Moving on to the functions, we now have the main voice volume. But I don't know why it says main voice. I don't think there is dual or split voice on this keyboard. I could be wrong. Okay, main voice octave. Okay. Local, that's to do with like, that's a MIDI function. External clock, again, just a MIDI function. Init send. Time signature. Okay, that's to do with the metronome. More to that on the next part of this video, where I'll be showing you the press and hold functions, where you press and hold certain buttons and it takes you directly to that function. Sign signature D, yep, I will show that. Metronome volume, again, we'll show in the next part of this video. And now we have your tempo. I think that's to do with the onboard lessons, so that the keyboard changes tempo depending on like how you play the song. So like if you play fast, then the keyboard will have up its tempo, and if you play sort of slow, it will down the tempo to the way that you're doing the keys when it comes to the lessons. More to that when I show you the lessons. Decancel. Okay, I'm not sure what that is, so I'll have to look that up. Decancel. Okay, moving on. Auto off. I'm not sure what that is. Auto off. See, some things that I still need to look into in terms of functionality. Style, and there we go, back to style volume. So there we go. We just covered most of the functions within this function button. And there are more functions to show with the press and hold, which I will show you right now. So this is the so those were the functions using this here function button. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, and that is the press and hold functions. So notice that you have these icons here on certain buttons of the keyboard. And now those are the buttons that, here, let me just give you a close up. It says here, press and hold for a while. Now those buttons, you just hold down those buttons for about 1 second or so, and it immediately calls up the function related to that button you pressed. So I will show that to you. So let me just find some buttons here that says press and hold. So we have here on the lesson buttons here, on the waiting button, we have chord dictionary. So we just hold down that button, and hopefully you can see on the screen it says dictionary. Just like on the old keyboards, you actually have the dictionary button, and the keyboard itself says dictionary. Okay, so that calls up the chord dictionary. So we just press like. So these here are the chord type, like C, C, C for instance. So we've got to hold down C. And then we have the root type, like, oh, up here, sorry, let me just bear with me. So yeah, these are the root chords, like C, C sharp, D, E flat. And we got to match the lights. Hopefully you can see, you've got to match the lights, so. And these are different roots, so. Let's do another one. So let's just take, say, E flat minor. So it makes that pinging noise when you got the right chord. It even tells you here on the screen, hopefully you can see the chord. So for example, there we go. So we've got C major 7. Or if you want just standard C. And the keyboard makes a pinging noise whenever you press the correct chord that is shown on the guide lamps here. I'm not sure you can't really see it much. Let's just do another one. There you go. You can see these two here. So okay, so that's the chord dictionary, in which you can practice and learn different sorts of chords using the chord type and the root chords like C, D, E, F, etc. Okay, so we'll get out of that. Oh, let's just move back. Okay, now That's the chord dictionary with the press and hold functions. Now, I've already showed this on the previous part of this tutorial, which was the functions. But if you hold down song, the song volume function will immediately call up on the screen. Same thing with style. We press style, hold down the button, and then we have style volume call up on the screen. And now with voice, we have song melody voice change. So depending on what, let me just call up a song. Let's see here. Not sure what song to. Bear with me while I find a song to select. Let's have a look. There we go. This is like the most popular sort of demo song. Okay, so we chose that song for instance. And now with the song melody voice change, we have to change our voice. So let's just take, say, like a clavy, for instance. And now we have to hold down the voice button. And then we have song, it says on the screen, song melody voice. And since I've got the voice set to clavy, instead of piano, we should have clavy with the song. And even in the middle of the song, we can change different voices. So let's just say, let's see here. How a pizzicato string. Okay, so one more example. How about a steel guitar? Hold down voice. Okay, so that was the song melody voice, where you can change the voice, you can change the melody of the song's voice, as shown on here. Okay, and now we have metronome. Let me just fasten the tempo. Okay, we have metronome. And now, in order to change like time signature and whatnot, we just hold down metronome. And there we go. The screen automatically calls up the time signature function. So let's just see here. Metronome. Or we can change it into a waltz beat. Or a 2-beat. Go to 0 and you won't get that sort of dinging noise. Let's see what the maximum. Okay, not that I'll wait that long, but the time signature goes up to 60. So we've got to wait until this goes tick, tick, tick 60 times in order to get there. But we won't be waiting that long. You just press those two simultaneously to get the default metronome. And now we have different things. We have the time signature D. Can't remember what the D means, but basically what it is that it sort of doubles the tempo or cuts the tempo in half. So it's set to 4. And press it once. See, it's sort of like it doubles the tempo. And we do it again. Goes up to 16. And then we set it to 2, and it cuts the tempo in half. Let's go to more functions. Metronome volume. We just press these two simultaneously to get the default. Okay, so that's the metronome functions with the time signature, press and hold. Okay, so now finally with the press and hold functions is the demo, and we hold it down, and it says one song repeat. One song repeat. So I think what that does is that the song will keep repeating itself until you press stop. So let me just take that song for instance again. What was it? There we go. So even if I don't press stop when the song stops, the song should repeat itself. But since I pressed the demo button, I can't like fast forward it or rewind it, etc. But I won't wait for it to stop. I think basically that's what it is. One song repeat. You select a demo song. Once the song stops, the song will just repeat itself until you either press stop or you select a different song. So there you go. And that is the press and hold functions, where this keyboard has certain like icons here. So if you press and hold these buttons for a couple of seconds, it will call up the functions like chord dictionary. With the voice, we have the song melody change, style and song volume, etc., and metronome time signature, and so on. And that is the press and hold functions. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, let's just put these back onto default real quick. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to show you, and that is the portable grand and light on off. I know there's a button next to it called page turner on off. It'll say on the screen it's on, and you can set it to off as well. Okay, I won't be showing that function because basically what it is that you can connect your iPad to this keyboard, and the page turner function, I think it's one of those things that a page turner, if you've got like sheet music on your iPad, it will automatically change pages as you're playing a song. I'm not fully sure how it all works because I don't read music myself. I'm one of those that learn completely by ear. So I believe that's what the page turner button is. So if you set it to off, the page won't turn when you're playing sheet music. And if you set it to on, it will change pages as you're reading sheet music, playing a song. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you with this is just the light on off. Okay, as you know, EZ-220, this is a key lighting keyboard. And then we just press this button, and now the lights are off. So you won't have guide lamps when you're playing the keys. And you just press it again, and now the guide lamps are turned back on. So that's just a quick and simple function. Okay, now moving on, portable grand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select a different sound. I've got a different style. Okay, so different style, different voice, and I believe different song. Oh, there we go. And now with the portable grand button, if you just want to go back to piano, simply, oh, let's see here, let's see, turn on the style. We just press the portable grand button, this button here. And that will take us straight to piano sound. Now, I'm not sure if it would change the style or song. Let's see here. No, it doesn't. Okay. I know that on the older keyboards, when you press the portable grand button, it will take you to the piano sound, obviously, but it also takes you to a pianist style and a pianist song. But it seems to me like on this keyboard, it doesn't do that. It just takes you to a piano sound. So there you have it. Just a couple of quick and easy functions. We have the light on off, in which you can toggle guide lamps on and off, and the portable grand, in which you can one press of a button and it takes you straight back to the standard piano sound. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, and that is style control. So here we have the buttons here. We can control our accompaniment style. So we just press this button and that turns on the accompaniment. Oh, sorry, had it selected onto song, so bear with me. There we go. So press this button and it turns on the accompaniment. And this button here is sync start. So when you press it, when you press the button, as soon as I press the left hand side of the keyboard, the style will automatically start. So that's sync start. And now this button here, in which we can change the variations of the style. So fill in A, main A, fill A to B, so that button changes the auto fill in. We have that variation A and B, fill in A and B, etc. I know on most flagship keyboards, I know this isn't a flagship keyboard, but we have like 3 intros, 4 variations, and so on. This only has like 1 intro, 1 ending, 2 fill-ins, 2 variations. So it's like nice and simple, really. Okay, so for intro, we need to press sync start and this button here, intro/ending. And now, as soon as I press the keys on the left hand, I will get an intro. And when I press it again, I get an ending. Okay, so one more thing with the style control, and this is to do with ending. It says here intro/ending and rit. I can't remember what rit means, or rit, I can't remember. But what that does is that the tempo slows down during an ending. But you've got to press it twice. So in the ending, press it again, and it slows down. Hopefully you saw on the screen, it says end/rit. Okay, so that is the style controls. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, using the same buttons, but this time song control. So we're going to select a song. Let's take this one for instance. And now this acts as a song control when a song is selected. So this here is the pause button. So you can pause the song anytime. And then we press it again to unpause. And this button here is tempo tap. So depending on like the sort of the pattern you're pressing it. So if I do it really fast, yeah, that's the tempo tap. I'm just going to put it back to default. Okay, and we can, with these two buttons here, we can fast forward our song and rewind our song. I'll show that to you. And we can rewind it. So that's the rewind and fast forward. And now we have the A-B repeat. So if I just remember right, if there's a certain part of a song that you want to learn, we just press, let's see here. So let's just say that I wanted to learn this bit. We just press this, and we press this again, and it repeats. There we go. So that will just keep repeating itself. And then we just press that to turn it off. Let me just show you another example. So let's just say that I want to, let me just fast forward it. So we press it at the beginning of the part that we want to loop. And then press it again for the end bit. So that will just keep repeating itself until I press it again to turn it off. And that's very ideal if there's like a certain part of a song that you like to learn, sort of like pick it up. You can just keep having it on repeat until you finally pick the entire part of that part of the song, so that you can sort of like master certain bits of a song. If it's like difficult for someone, and they can just have it on repeat, and they can start picking it up until they've mastered it, basically. So it's a useful feature to have. So there you go. And that is song control, using the same buttons as you would the style control, with the A-B repeat, rewind, fast forward, tempo tap, and pause. And with the styles, it's a comp on off, intro and ending, main A and B and fill in, and sync start. Oh, and also I forgot to show you, but the tempo tap also applies to the style as well. I will show you real quick. So I thought I'd show you because I forgot to do that with the style control. Okay, so that is song control. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, and it was just a couple of functions that I wasn't so sure about on the first part of this video. So I'm just going to go through those functions as I have found out what they were. Okay. Okay, so obviously auto off is, it just says auto off. So I didn't quite know until I found out on the manual that I read online. It's auto power off. It's set to on, which means that if you don't touch the keyboard, I think about 30 minutes, the keyboard will automatically turn itself off to save power. And now let's go to the other function that I wasn't sure about, in which I've figured out what it was. See here, de-cancel. Okay, so what that is demo cancel. That you can actually disable the demo button. So it's set to off. So if I press demo, it takes us to a demo song. Okay, let's get back to function. And now we are going to set the demo cancel to on. Now it's set to on. And now what that does is that, as you can see, nothing comes up on the screen. That disables the demo button. Even if I hold it for the one song repeat, it disables it. But we put it back to off, and the demo button will be enabled. So there you go. And that is just a couple of functions that I figured out what they were. The power off, or auto power off, and demo button cancel. Okay, so now the last thing that I'm going to show you on this tutorial of the Yamaha EZ-220 keyboard, and that is the lesson functions, in which each of these demo songs, 101 altogether, you can have lesson parts of them. So we have 3 types of lessons. We have listen and learn, in which you don't have to do anything. You just have to listen to the song and learn it as you're listening to it. And we have timing. You don't have to necessarily press the right keys. You just need to be in time with the melody. And then we have waiting, in which the keyboard, it freezes the song until you press the right key. And with this here lesson part, you can practice on your left hand, you can practice with your right hand, and if you press them two simultaneously, you can practice with both hands. So I will show that to you. So first of all, we need to select a song. Hopefully you can see the screen. Oh, we're going to select this song, and now we just press here, listen and learn. I mean, you can play along if you want. You can either listen or learn. So yeah, you can either listen to the song or you can play along. So that's the listen and learn, so that you can either listen to the song or you can play along with it. And for this instance, I'm going to, first of all, do the right hand. And also with the timing and waiting, you have a rating of okay, good, very good, and excellent. So I will show that to you. And also I've selected the function, so it's your tempo, so I can show you an example of that. So first of all, we're just going to do the timing. To make things quicker, I can fast forward it. For this one, you don't have to press the right key. You just need to be in time. So that was the timing lesson, right hand. Notice that I've purposely pressed like some wrong keys, just as an example that all you need to have is timing. You don't have to press the right key in order to use that lesson. It's just timing. And now we have waiting. So basically what that does is that the song will freeze until you press the right key. And also this is where I can show you the example of the your tempo. So there you go. The keyboard now waits for us to press the right key. Also, you can play it fast. I will show you. This is part of the your tempo function, and you can play it slow, you can play it fast. So I'm going to play it normally for now, and I can go fast. And now I'm doing it slower, so the keyboard matches the tempo. Notice how I play fast and I play slow. The keyboard matches the tempo that I'm playing the keys, and that is part of the your tempo function, which is really handy. I get a rank of excellent. I know it wasn't excellent, but it's just an example. So those are all the different functions: the lesson, listen and learn, timing and waiting. And here that I showed you the function of the waiting, the your tempo, it sets it on. If I set it to off, then I would have to play it in the original tempo that this song is, factory. But with your tempo, you can play it fast, you can play it slow, as it says, your tempo. And the keyboard will match the tempo that you are playing the keys. So that's a really neat function. Okay, so I've showed you those. Let me just show you left hand. So listen and learn. We can do the same things, but this time we can practice with our left hand. Okay, so that's the listen and learn, left hand. And now, timing, left hand. Same functions as I showed with the right hand, but this time you practice with your left hand. Again, it's just a timing. It doesn't have to be the right key. Okay, so that's timing, left hand. It doesn't have to be the correct key, but it's all about timing. And now we have waiting, where the keyboard waits for us to play the right note. Again, I will be using the your tempo function. Notice how I've used the your tempo function. Also applies with the left hand as well as the right. You get a rating afterwards. I get a excellent. Though it wasn't really excellent, but that's just how the keyboard rates it. Okay, so that's the left and right lesson part and the different lessons like listen and learn, timing and waiting. And now, finally, with the lesson part, if we just press these two simultaneously, we can practice both hands, our left and right hand. So I will show that to you. Okay, so it's now set to both hands. We're going to go to timing, but this time we will have to use both hands. Again, don't need to be the right keys, it's just the timing. Okay, so that's just the example of timing with both hands. And now, finally, waiting, where the keyboard waits for us to play the right note. Again, I can use the your tempo. What does that rate me? The keyboard rates me excellent. I know it wasn't excellent, but it's just an example of the listen function. So there you have it, and that is the listen function, in which you can practice with your left hand, your right hand, press them both simultaneously to practice with both hands. And you have the choices of listen and learn. You can either listen to the song or you can play along. Or timing. You don't have to press the correct key. It's all about timing. And waiting, in which the keyboard waits for you to play the right note. And also you can play it slow or fast. And with the function, your tempo matches the tempo that you are playing the keys, which is quite a really useful function. And that is the lesson functions. And this is now the end of the tutorial of the Yamaha Yamaha EZ-220 keyboard. I was about to call it a PSR for some reason. So used to it because I've showed many PSR keyboards in the past. So I'll try that again. That is the end of this tutorial of the Yamaha EZ-220 keyboard. I do hope you have enjoyed this video and that you have found this tutorial useful. So please do write back to me and tell me what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, in which will be part 1 of showing the voices of the Yamaha EZ-220.